Al Gore's self-image took a wounding throughout the end of the week after various very acclaimed researchers exposed his cases that Hurricane Florence was the consequence of man-made and unnatural weather change. Mr. Gut said Friday that two noteworthy tempests from the Atlantic and Pacific seas had never made landfall in the meantime ever. This is the first run-through in history that two noteworthy tempests are making landfall from the Atlantic and the Pacific at the same time, Mr. Gut told the group at the Global Climate Action Summit in San Francisco. WashingtonTimes.com reports, he referred to the tempest action on inverse sides of the globe, for instance of environmental change driving a regular and outrageous climate. However, meteorologist Ryan Maui rushed to dump cool water on Mr. Gut's attestation. Al Gore just, deceitfully, asserted with no confirmation that we've never had tropical storms in both the Atlantic and Pacific making landfall in the meantime, tweeted Mr. Maui, an assistant researcher at the Free Advertise Cato Institute. Mr. Maui said the first time ever guarantee seemed to begin with the NBC News report a week ago featured, in uncommon occasion, Atlantic-Pacific tempests stir in the meantime. The article referred to Colorado State University meteorologist Phil Klotzbach, who depicted the bustling tempest season in the Pacific and Atlantic as phenomenal yet said nothing in regards to synchronous arrivals being extraordinary. The thing that is fascinating currently is the Pacific is as yet dynamic, however the Atlantic is extremely dynamic, which isn't typical, Mr. Klotzbach told NBC. I'm astonished to see the Pacific and Atlantic dynamic in the meantime. The article proceeded with, the analyst said this happened to a lesser degree in 2016, yet takes note of that this time around the Atlantic is showing a regular fierceness subsequent to being slated for relative hibernation. Mr. Maui, whose remarks were first announced in the Daily Caller, said the NBC article totally came up short on continuous storms and their irregularity. The week-long Atmosphere Summit, facilitated by California Governor Jerry Brown, highlighted appearances by Mr. Gut, Democratic megadonors Michael Bloomberg and Tom Steyer, famous people Harrison Ford and Alec Baldwin, while likewise drawing crowds of hostile to industrialist nonconformists.